What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is all about a brand new mold from Do It Molds. Do It Molds launched some new products at ICAST recently. ICAST was a few weeks ago, and now these molds are ready to go. And today we're talking about the EWG football shaky head mold. This mold is pretty cool. Let's check out the inside. Here's the inside of that mold. Makes a cool shaky head. I'm going to tell you the different sizes you can make in this mold, the hooks that you're going to need to use in this mold, and then we're going to pour some up so you can see them for yourselves. They are available now, so if you head over to the Do It Molds website through my affiliate link, so that way they know that I sent you, you can get this mold shipped out and be making them yourself ASAP. So let's get into this video. Let's check out this brand new mold. So inside of this EWG football shaky head mold, you can make 5 different sizes of these shaky heads. Obviously, if you're fishing shallow, you're gonna use the light one. Fishing deep or windy conditions, you're gonna wanna use the bigger sizes. There's these 5 cover the ranges pretty well. You can make sizes from 1/4 ounce all the way up to 3/4. Obviously, there's 5 different variations of sizes from 1/4 to 3/8. This mold has a built-in soft plastic bait keeper. I think that that's a benefit. It's a little bit less to fumble with when you're actually pouring these baits, and it's less components that you need to buy in order to make the head. Let's talk about hooks. This mold calls for the Victory 10777 hook. This hook allows you to have a weedless presentation without having to have a fiber weed guard. The mold calls for 2/0 all the way up to 4/0. Obviously the 4/0s are gonna go in the larger sizes and those 2/0s are gonna go in the smaller sizes. The specific sizes that you can make out of this mold are 1/4, 3/8, half, 5/8, and 3/4. The 3/4 is the one that calls for the 4/0. 5/8 calls for the 4/0 hook. 1/2 ounce calls for the 4/0, the 3/8 calls for the 3/0, and the 1/4 calls for the 2/0. So you guys have a pretty good overview of what you're gonna need in order to make these heads, the mold, and the hooks. So let's move over and actually make a few of these so you can see them all said and done. So what we're gonna do now is put the hooks in our mold. This is the 2/0 hook going in the 1/4. Here's our 3/0 going in the 3/8. And the remaining ones all take the 4/0 size. Now we're just gonna carefully close our mold up. And then, as always, I like to make sure that we have a nice and completely closed mold so we don't get any flashing. If you don't know what flashing is essentially where you have lead that comes out of all the different areas, and it's something you have to trim up or you have to melt everything back down and start over. In today's video, we're going to be using the Hot Pot 2. In the past, I used my Lee pot for everything, but this Hot Pot 2 comes in way handy. Even if you guys already have this Lee pot, I definitely recommend getting the Hot Pot 2. If you're just doing 10 jigs or some spinner baits or something like that, I highly recommend having this thing at the ready. Now, if you're pouring for a long time and pouring a lot of different baits, then definitely have the Lee pot on hand. But if you're just doing some for yourself, this Hot Pot 2 comes in clutch. So this part of the process is pretty simple. We're just gonna take our Hot Pot 2 and pour in our lead into each cavity. Just like that. You wanna just take it slow. You don't wanna be too crazy with it and pour it too fast and make a mess everywhere. Nice and controlled. Just like that. And then we will check out our shaky heads. All right, so now what we're gonna do is open up our mold. And there are our finished shaky heads. I think they turned out really well. As you can see, they all came out, all 5 of them, all the different sizes. What we'll do is we'll take them out, we'll trim them up, and then I will rig a couple baits on some of them so you can see them, you know, with some baits on there. All right, so in order to do this, it's pretty easy. We're just gonna take some shears and cut off that sprue. Then I take a file and I just file that little nub that's created when you cut it off. And then what I'm trying to do is just give a nice little flat side. Hopefully it's coming through on camera for you guys right there. Nice little flat side. That way it will stand up just like that. So I'll do that on this next one. This is the largest size. Again, we'll do the same thing, just file it off. Check to make sure it's nice and flat. Got a little bit of rough spots. There we go. And there we go. Standing straight up. Okay, so I quickly poured up this Do It Molds hatchet craw. We're gonna add that guy onto one of our jig heads, the EWG football shaky head. So if you're into making soft plastics as well, you can get this Do It Molds hatchet craw also on the Do It Molds website. It's a great little bait. I like it as a buzzbait trailer, jig trailer. You can put it on a shaky head. You can put it on a Carolina rig. You can do a lot of different things with it. Swim jig trailer, a lot of different stuff. But we're gonna take our hook point, go right down in the middle, come right outside, slide that bad boy up the shank of our hook, and you're gonna have to give it a little bit of effort to get over that little keeper. And then we're gonna go right through the middle of our bait, just like so. And I like to texpose it so that way it's real weedless. And then that's the finished product right there, guys. Obviously, normally I would paint the head of this football shaky head and it would match this bait, be green pumpkin or something like that. But that is the Hadjikra on this football shaky head. If we were fishing it, obviously down in the water, these things would be floating up nice and high and be bouncing around, doing its thing, and getting bit. So we're gonna rig up another one of our baits. This right here is, I believe, the 5/8 ounce. And then we have the Do It Molds Boss Hog right here. I love this little bait. Carolina rig it all the time. Catches me a ton of fish. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our football shaky head and we're gonna take this hook point and go down just about halfway. Don't go too far. We're gonna come out our bait, slide everything up the shank of our head here. And then I like to leave a little bit out on the backside, and it's gonna definitely keep it in position nicely. So then we're gonna take our hook point, go right through the middle of our bait, come out the top and give it a nice little texpose, just like that. And we have a nicely rigged, nice and straight boss hog on our football head. This thing is gonna catch them. You put this thing down on the bottom and everything's gonna be shimmying up in the air or up in the water column nicely, giving off a lot of action. And I don't think those fish are gonna be able to resist it. And you're gonna put some fish in the boat, the kayak, put them on the bank, wherever you're fishing from. There you have it, guys. That is the EWG football shaky head mold from Do It Molds. Do not forget to go to their website through my affiliate links so that way they know that I sent you if you go and buy this thing. Don't forget your hooks, the Victory 10777s, 2, 3, and 4/0 sizes. If you guys have any questions, want to leave a comment, please do. I get back to every single one of my comments that aren't haters for real. I get back to everybody, but if it's a stupid comment, then I don't get back to you. But I think that's pretty normal. But guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya!